We all enjoy intimacy. That part is universal. But here's the real curiosity most people don't talk about. What kinds of intimate experiences are Americans actually having? Hello, I'm Dr. Julia Rhodes, a men's sex therapist who has spent over a decade working closely with couples, helping men feel confident, informed, and secure in their intimate lives. Today, I'm walking you through the top 10 intimate activities Americans report engaging in, based on one of the largest and most reliable national surveys ever conducted on this topic. Before we jump in, tell me, where are you watching from? Drop it in the comments. I love seeing how wide-reaching this community is. And while you're there, like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications. We're building a space for honest, shame-free conversations about men's health and intimacy. Fair warning, numbers 9 and 10 tend to surprise people. Let's begin with something important. There is no single, normal way to express intimacy. I can't tell you how often men sit across from me and ask questions like, "Is it weird that I like this? Is something wrong with me for wanting that? Am I the only one?" The answer, almost every time, is no. Intimate preferences vary just as much as personalities do. What excites or fulfills you may be completely different from what works for someone else, and that's not a problem. It's human. One of the biggest takeaways from this research is simple. You are far less unusual than you think. Millions of Americans explore a wide range of intimate behaviors, most of which are healthy, common, and perfectly normal. So where does this data come from? Researchers anonymously surveyed over 2,000 American adults, nearly 1,000 men and just over 1,000 women, spanning different ages, ethnicities, and backgrounds. Because responses were confidential, participants felt safe being honest about what they've tried, what they enjoy, and how they feel about intimacy. While most respondents identified as heterosexual, the findings still offer a powerful snapshot of real-world behavior in the U.S. As a therapist who spent over 10 years helping couples navigate desire, insecurity, and communication, I can tell you this. Most people worry unnecessarily about being abnormal. So let's normalize the conversation without judgment. Here are the top 10 intimate activities Americans report today. Number 1, vaginal intercourse. No surprises here. Roughly 88% of men and over 90% of women report engaging in this regularly when in a relationship. Biologically, it's straightforward. Emotionally, it represents closeness and trust. Practically, it's where most couples begin and often return to. That said, common doesn't have to mean boring. Open communication, variety, and focusing on shared pleasure can keep this foundational activity deeply satisfying. Number 2, self-pleasure. This topic still makes people uncomfortable, but it shouldn't. More than 80% of adults report masturbating, with 64% of men and 41% of women doing so in the past month alone. From a health perspective, it supports hormonal balance, prostate health, and sexual responsiveness. Emotionally, it reduces stress and helps people understand their own bodies. As long as it isn't interfering with relationships or daily life, this behavior is normal and healthy. Shame around it is unnecessary and outdated. Number 3, oral intimacy. Giving and receiving oral sex is extremely common, with over 80% of Americans reporting participation at some point. For many women, this form of stimulation is especially important for satisfaction. Emotionally, it often represents attentiveness and generosity between partners. That said, infections can still be transmitted orally, including herpes and HPV, so protection and awareness matter. At its core, oral intimacy is about connection and learning what your partner enjoys. Number 4, viewing adult content. Yes, it's controversial. And yes, it's widespread. About 82% of men and 60% of women report watching adult content at some point. Occasional viewing can increase arousal, but frequent or compulsive use can desensitize the brain's reward system and interfere with real-life intimacy. Adult content is entertainment, not education. Healthy intimacy requires communication, presence, and emotional safety, not comparison to fantasy. Moderation is key. Number 5, special clothing or lingerie. This surprises many people. Approximately 75% of women and over a quarter of men say they've worn something special to please a partner. Why does it work? Anticipation, effort, novelty. When your partner makes an intentional gesture, the brain releases dopamine, reinforcing attraction and excitement. Small efforts can have a big impact, especially in long-term relationships. Number 6, sending intimate messages or photos. This one comes with excitement and risk. About 65% of men and 54% of women admit to sending or receiving intimate images or messages. While it can build anticipation and closeness, it also carries permanent digital risks. Once something is sent, control is lost. If people choose to engage, discretion, trust, and boundaries are essential. Number 7, erotic reading. More than half of Americans report reading erotic stories. Women tend to gravitate toward written material, while men often prefer visuals. But arousal starts in the brain for everyone. This can be a safe way to explore fantasy, and, for couples, even a shared activity that sparks deeper conversation and intimacy. Number 8, intimacy in adventurous settings. About 43% of people say they've had intimate experiences in unconventional or semi-public places. The adrenaline rush heightens arousal. Excitement and desire share the same chemical pathways. That said, legal and personal risks exist. Curiosity is human, but awareness and caution matter. Number 9, anal intimacy. More common than many expect. Around 43% of men and 30% of women report engaging in this at some point. Physiologically, the area contains many nerve endings. Emotionally, it often requires trust and communication. Practically, preparation, lubrication, and patience are non-negotiable. Education and consent are critical. Number 10, playful spanking or light impact. This one surprises people. Roughly 30% of adults report incorporating light spanking into intimacy. Mild sensation triggers endorphin release, which can heighten arousal. When consensual and well communicated, it can be playful and bonding. Boundaries and mutual comfort are essential. So, what really matters? Talk openly. Curiosity builds trust. Prioritize safety, physical, emotional, and digital. Explore at your own pace. There's no checklist to complete. You don't need to try everything. Most couples focus on what genuinely brings them closer. Let me be clear. Trying some of these activities doesn't make you strange. Never trying them doesn't make you boring. Curiosity, hesitation, and preference are all normal. Age doesn't end intimacy. It often deepens it. Some of the most fulfilled couples I work with are those who keep curiosity alive through communication, creativity, and emotional connection. So here's your takeaway. Talk to your partner. Ask what excites them. Share what excites you. Not to perform, but to connect. If this video gave you clarity or reassurance, like it, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need to hear they're not alone. I'm Dr. Julia Rhodes. Your age does not define your desire, your confidence, or your vitality. Small shifts can create powerful changes in your health, your intimacy, and your connection. I'll see you in the next one.